Hi everyone, welcome to Dr. RCM Academy. In this session, we are going to deal with a numerical on work done. So this is a question given. Find the work done in moving a charge of 5 microcoulomb from the origin to the point P of 2, comma minus 1, comma 4 through the field. Vector E is given and also charge is given. You need to find work done. And they have given three different types of paths. One is a straight line segment starting from origin to the point mentioned, and another straight line with x and z values are given differently, and another curve x is equals to minus 2y cube and z equals to 4y square. And to start with, so we know this work done is equals to minus q into initial to final vector E dot dl. So this is the formula of work done. So that is work done is equals to minus q initial to final E dot dl. Now let us find what is E dot dl. Because E is given as 2xyz into ax plus x square z into ay plus x square y along the az. And q is also given as 5 microcoulombs. E is given and the path is from the origin to the point P 2 comma minus 1 comma 4. And here, so it is E dot dl. So E is given and you can find out it is a x y z coordinate, that is it is a rectangular coordinate system. Therefore dl for rectangular coordinate system is dx along x axis plus dy along y axis plus dz along z axis. So if you take a dot product of this with this, so ax dot ax is 1, therefore you will remain with 2xyz into dx. That is what written here. So 2xyz into dx. Whereas x dot y is 0, x dot z is also 0. So those two terms will not come into picture. So next is x square z. So ay dot ay is 1. The rest ax and az are 0. So therefore you will remain with x square z into dy. Similarly, so if you take a dot product of this with the dl, so you get az dot az as 1, therefore you will get x square y into dz. This is just E dot dl. But in the formula of work done, which is equals to minus q initial to final E dot dl, so let us substitute what is the value of q given, that is minus 5 microcoulombs. The question is minus 5 microcoulombs, so I have written that. And integral, so now let us have a limits. So limits are given as from the origin to x, so that is 0 to x along 0 to 2 along x axis, 0 to minus 1 along y axis, and 0 to 4 along z axis. That is what the substituted, 0 to 2, 0 to minus 1, and 0 to 4 along z axis. So if you simplify that, so and integrate, so there is, if you simplify that, so you get work done is equals to minus 5 microcoulomb 0 to 4 x square y into dz. So which is equals to x square y into, so integration of 1 with respect to z is z itself, so 0 to 4. So that is work done is equals to minus 5 microcoulomb into substituting for x, y and z. So x is 2 in this region, x is 2, y is minus 1. Okay, so and hence the limits, upper limit minus lower limit, 4 minus 0 is 4. And if you simplify this, you get the answer as 80 microjoules. This is for the first sub question, that is a straight line from the origin to the point 2 comma minus 1 comma 4. Similarly, if you take the second sub question, that is along a straight line, x is equals to minus 2y and z equals to 2x. And same formula I use, the work done is minus q into E dot dl. E is already given Okay, so and dl is into dl, we should write it as dx into ax plus dy into ay. But after simplifying this into dx, so we got this expression in the previous sub question. Therefore I have directly written this equation after multiplying with dl. And the path now it is given x is equals to minus 2y in the question, and z is equals to 2x. So therefore, so I have taken those two parameters for substitution. So wherever x is there, so I can write it as minus 2y, or wherever y is there, so I can replace it as minus x by 2. Similarly z. So let us simplify this expression now. So w is equals to minus q, that is minus 5 microcoulombs, 0 to 2. So it is 2x into, so what is y value? It is minus x by 2. I have substituted here. And what is z? Z is given as 2x along x-axis. Similarly, so x square z is there in the second term. So wherever x is there, I can substitute as x square. So it becomes minus 2 whole square into y square. Minus 2y whole square into, what is z? It is 2x. 2 into, in place of x again I'll write minus 2y. So my intention is to bring all the variables x and z to y. Similarly, so to all the variables to z here. Therefore, so you got it as this expression. So it is minus 5 microcoulomb, 0 to 2. So 2 to get cancelled, so you will remain with, so 2x cube. So 2x cube into dx plus here, so you will get it as 8, and you have a square here 16, okay, into y square into y, it is y cube into dy plus you will have z square by 4 into z. So z square into z is z cube divided by 4 4 z, you will get 16 into dz. Now with this, so I am going to integrate, okay, through the limits, that is minus 5 microcoulombs into, so in place of 2, so I'll write it as, so you have minus 2 here, so that is minus 2 into, so x power 3, integration of x power 3 with respect to x is x power 4 by 4 with the limit 0 to 2. Similarly, so you have uh, minus 16 here, correct? So minus 16 into y cube, integration is y power 4 by 4 with the limit 0 to minus 1. The limits are given as 0 to minus 1. Minus 1 by 6, I will take it outside, and z cube integral is z power 4 by 4 with the limits. So this is the work done, so which is equals to, so minus 5 microcoulombs into minus 2 by 4, I will take it outside, substituting the limits 2 to the power 4 minus 16 by 4 into, so in place of y I will substitute it as minus 1 power 4, because lower limit is 0. Similarly, minus 16 by 4, if I take it outside, so you will get it as, so with the limits 0 to 4, therefore z, 4 is the upper limit. So 4 power 4 minus lower limit is 0, so you can neglect. Okay, so you will get this answer as, again, work done is 80 microjoules. Even in the previous sub question where we moved in a straight line, that is also 80 microjoules, and this is also 80 microjoules. Coming to the third sub question, we have a curve. They have given curve x is equals to minus 2y cube, z is equals to 4y square. Similarly, last two sub questions as we did, so we will continue with that. W is equals to minus q into initial to final e dot dl. E dot dl we already found, so we have substituted that equation here. Okay, now the path is same, except that the curve they have given instead of straight line, that is x equals to minus 2y cube, so z is equals to 4y cube. So let us simplify this given condition, x is equals to minus y cube. So y cube is equals to, so I can write it as minus x by 2. Or they have given z is equals to 4y square, y square is equals to z by 4, or y is equals to root of z by 4, or in other words root z by 2. So I have represented x, y and z in the relevant format, so that, so in this equation what I am going to do, I am calculate what is this with respect to x. I need to do all the variables, I am going to convert it into x. Similarly with respect to y I should do, so remaining x and z I will convert in the form of y. And so here x and y I'll write it in the form of z, because I am integrating with respect to z. So what is 2xyz? So 2x I'll write it as it is. So in place of yz, so we found it is yz is equals to minus 2x. So y into z is given, that is 4y square. So it becomes 4 into y cube. So where y cube is written as minus x by 2. Therefore, so 2 2s are, so you will get it as minus 2x. So I am going to substitute and I got the first term. This is the answer for the first term. Similarly, I will calculate second and third terms. So that is x square z, I will take it. So x square. So what is x? So x is minus 2y cube. So x square means, so whole square I am going to write it, into what is z? So z is given as 4y square. Z is given as 4y square. I am just substituted these two. So this becomes 2 square is 4. So into y power 6 it becomes. And 4 into y square I will write it as it is. So for 4 is a 16. Y power 6 into y power 2 it becomes y power 8. So this is the second term. Similarly, coming for the third term, what you have, x square into y. So what is x? Again, we know it is minus 2y cube whole square into y. But now this term, I want to represent this term in with respect to z coefficients or the z coordinates. Therefore, so I am going to write x square y is whole to power square into y. Now this becomes 2 square is 4 and minus square is plus. So you are getting y power 6 into y power 1, y power 7. Or in other words, 4 into root of, so what is y? We already substituted. So y is equals to root z by 2. So root by z by 2 whole power 7. So I'll simplify this. X square y is equals to, you get it of root z power 7 by 32 after simplifying this. Or in other words, x square y is equals to this. So this is the third term. So what I did, I calculated. So what is the first term, second term and third term in terms of x, y and z. Therefore, I have substituted in this equation. This was the equation I had. So after simplification, we got it xy is for 2xyz is minus 4x square, x square z is 16y power 8, x square y is this term. So now I am going to integrate this. Minus 5 microcoulombs minus 4x cube by 3. X square integration is x cube by 3. Similarly, y power 8 integration is y power 9 by 9. And similarly, z power 7 by 2 integration is z power 7 by 2 plus 1 divided by 7 by 2 plus 1. This becomes 9 by 2. Therefore, z power 9 by 2 divided by 9 by 2 into 32. So just apply the limits. So that is here the limits are 4 to 0. So apply the limits. So and simplify. So you get W is equals to 5 microcoulombs into, so you just simplify this and again we got 80 microjoules. So what does this state says? Work done does not depend on the path. It only depends on the initial and final points. So we in this question we have taken three different paths and for all the paths we got it as 80 microjoules. This is the statement that we can make, that is work done depends on only initial and final points, not the path given. Thank you very much.